They're going to need these extra men here at Glenwood. If they're going to get home, they're playing into the wind in the second half. And as you saw from those stats, it's been very even. Tackles made, rucks and mauls, even penalties conceded. It's almost neck and neck. And the scoreboard shows it 6-5 to Monument at the break. And they need to be lifted by the home side learners. It's that sort of day here in Durban. A crowd mostly in t-shirts and shorts. Typical Durban winter.
Yeah, I was just going to say typical winter day for us. Just got a message from some of my mates now. They're sitting at Tinley Manor. They're surfing. We can't complain. Whilst Cape Town is waiting for the massive west that's coming through, I think, tomorrow. With lovely rain in Cape Town that we so dearly need.
I hope they get lots of it to lift the drought that is plaguing the Western Cape. The Durban winters, as always, as you can see, never really gets cold. It's a perfect winter's afternoon here. And the boys have enjoyed it. The game has been very hard fought on the back of two tough encounters previous weeks. Who will have the legs in the second half? And most importantly, AJ, how important will the breeze at their back be for Monument?
Well, the wind is still very much the same as when the game started. It's still same direction from the back or from the left to right as we watch the game. And are the Witbulle going to use the wind? I think it might pick up a little bit as the game goes on. And I would do that if I would then take that ball, get it out of their half, play down in the opposition of Glenwood. And obviously Glenwood and do the opposite. They can't just kick it into the wind because they're not going to get far. So they, in turn, want to rather keep the ball in hand, run it out of their own half.
So Monument with the restart. Go deep. Hendricks underneath it. Under pressure immediately. Loops a ball out to Pretorius. Quickly up a Monument and Glenwood. Well, they've had early pressure and the kick doesn't find touch. It finds Tinus Combrink, the scrum half, trying to go around Morne van Rensburg. Doesn't get away from Rory Atwell. But a nervous beginning, and Atwell is down in the right of picture as Brandon, this live wire hooker, crashes up towards the line. This is a great early start by Monument, and over and try. Well, it couldn't be a better beginning for the visitors. They didn't really handle the kickoff well, did Glenwood, and they've been made to pay as Christian van Niekerk, that big lock forward, has crashed over early doors. We haven't even had a minute in the second half, and Monument have strengthened their lead.
Well, Glenwood's come off Jaden Hendricks. They got caught a little bit there in the just under the uprights. And that's a risk when you play against the wind. You've got to make sure when you kick it out. If you don't, you're going to get caught in your own half. And this is the end result of it. After that kick, the forwards of the Witbulle just taking absolute control of that ball and with pure brute strength, drive over for the first try in the second half.
You just got a sense from that kickoff, as you say, AJ. Hendricks thought about kicking himself and then thought, better option, maybe feed someone outside me. By which time the runners were up for Monument, put Glenwood under pressure. The kick didn't find touch, and here's the result. A conversion of a try. The kick is sweet and true from Viljoen, and Monument have opened up a handy cushion.
Well, they've always said that that first try or the last try in the second half and the first try in the second half bottom is always the most important thing. It just gives you a bit of confidence.
Glenwood need to bounce back immediately, otherwise it might be shades of last week where they led at half time. Crunch to the ground. Slade Durant made the hit on Brandon.
Inside.
Kick. They're using the wind now. Sele standing very deep. Takes it on the bounce, but quickly up. You can see a whole line of white jerseys. Bele with the chip, taken in by Rousseau. Kicks downfield, off van Rensburg it goes. The kick and chase now from Rousseau. Back goes Lafleur. Glenwood under pressure. Can Lafleur recover? But he can't. He just shovels it into touch. And Monument are straight back on the attack.
Well, you get the feeling that these guys have listened to us talking about the wind. They're using it to the fullest extent. They're just getting down there. They're pinning Glenwood down in their own 22.
Leroux takes.
Tackle. Go.
Down they go. Combrink away to Viljoen. Tries to step inside Brainart. Over the top comes Clark, and one by Atwell on the ground. That's excellent work from Glenwood. Now they've got numbers. Jonker away to Lafleur. Lafleur with a dummy. He's away. Lafleur to put his head down. Why did he kick? We'll still know. Running onto it is Hendricks. Back goes Skitter as they jostle for the ball. Away.
Leave green.
Comes Dion Oosthuizen, and they win the penalty. Well, keep it in hand should have been the cry, you fancy. He acknowledges bottom of your screen then, Lafleur, by raising a left hand. Gee, that was a good breakout. The timing of the pass, and it was a great opportunity for the home side to strike back immediately.
That's correct.
Yeah, Lafleur definitely had an inside and an outside opportunity or option to pass to. Possibly not the right thing to do if he ran out a bit of pace as the quicker guys caught up to him. But definitely there were a few other options.
So Monument pegged Glenwood back in their half with the ensuing penalty with this big boot of Viljoen, but one against the throw by Slade Durant. Atwell, Jonker, they're running out of space. No one needs to straighten.
Release what?
The little fullback caught in possession has managed to get the recycle. Jonker at scrum off. Kruger tries to release the tight head, Brendan Schultz. Glenwood needing to run. Pretorius fires a pass. It's gone backwards, fortunately for Glenwood, but it's untidy. Truter tidies up for the home side, who've been rocked by this early Monument score. Timing of the pass good, just doesn't create suitable space.
Yes!
Penalty in a kickable position for Monument.
Okay, it's on the mark, so let's just get medics with him.
Problems, and looks serious, is that the tight head, Brendan Schultz, who went down being used as a crash ball midfield.
Well, it looks like a knee injury or knee pain in the knee. Hope it's not too serious.
Okay, funny.
But a ball stolen, I think it was by Brendan Pawson. Was it? No, number 20. Humphreys Durant. Fantastic body posture straight over. Look at that.
You are taking
on the ball.
Pulse.
Very hard to get off.
He's up and going. He looks a little bit ginger, but for the time being, he's staying on.
So just get that message to them, okay?
But this half has belonged to Monument. They've used the breeze. They've played all the game now inside Glenwood's half, and every time Glenwood have tried to run out, they have erred. And Monument just creating significant daylight now on the scoreboard. This to put them 11 in front. No trouble with distance whatsoever. And direction. He could kick it over from his own 10 meters line today. It's a healthy margin now for the visitors. Where is the way back for the green machine? Taken cleanly by Skitter, the live wire flanker. Immediately in support is Eben Brandt, the tight head, but he's lost it. And away comes Jordan Clark, the loose head, a little isolated, needs to get quicker ball. Hendrickse goes short side. Jonker crunched to the ground, picked up by Naru, who kicks it straight into touch.
Kick.
Well, he's been busy, this man, Franco Skitter.
Check numbers, check numbers.
But again, lost ball by not cleaning out well enough.
One against the throw by Monument. They're just getting all the ball. Now as Glenwood struggle to retain possession. Tinus Combrink has gone back amongst the forwards to tidy up possession. And they'll keep it close through Eben Brandt. But they're sealing off Monument. And a chance for Glenwood now. They're going to go for the corner. Immediate decision made, and Hendrikse sticks it on his right boot. Has he kicked it dead? He's kicked it dead. Dear, oh dear.
Captain.
Errors aplenty from Glenwood.
Scrum. I got it. Scrum.
Well, a lot of the guys are complaining about the touch judge's decision on this penalty, but I agree with him. I don't think it was out. I think it was a few meters infield.
Just want to make sure, though, you haven't had ball, you haven't had territory. It's a chance for you to get inside the opposition 22. Didn't have to look for that line out 5 meters away. Any error on the kick, you would have paid the price, and so they have. Monument, solid scrum. Fulyun sticks it on the boot, and that is strategic from the fly-half, and the bounce is for Oosthuizen. Beautifully weighted, lovely tackle from Clele. What an important tackle from the fullback. That would have put the game to bed had Oosthuizen got away.
Well, a great little kick to Oosthuizen in the corner or on the side. And wonderfully gathered as well. He just couldn't get the offload to one of his teammates. And as you said, that would have definitely made it very difficult for Glenwood to come back.
How well has Jonathan Fulyun controlled the game in the second half with his use of the boot? Tactical kicking has been superb.
Crouch.
Glenwood under pressure. We've said that a number of times in the second half.
Sit. Stay 9.
Hendrikse gets the scrum he wants and goes away to Pretorius. The pass to no one. And it's gone forward, the pressure on Clele. And that's what's happened to Glenwood. As they've been picked back in their own 22, they've looked to be a bit brave. They've made error, and each time Monument have made them pay.
Yeah, I can understand why they would want to run from there, because the 2 previous occasions they tried to kick and they couldn't get out of their own 22. So I think the right idea, but just not the correct way of executing the move.
He's had a good game, has Sianda Clele. The second half, though, it's been mostly on defence as opposed to the attack of first half. Remarkable similarities for last week's game, where Glenwood had possession and ball in the first half, and they led on the scoreboard against DHS. Brainard making his presence felt against Combrink, but still Monument keep the ball. And they will use the forwards now. Driving for Kruger over the top. Can he wrench it free? Illegally so. And so another 3-point opportunity here for Monument, as they'll surely just keep the scoreboard ticking away.
On the line, on the line, on the line.
Well, Dylan Kruger got penalised there, but...
No, the tap and go. Morne Brandon upright as he tries to drive towards it. Glenwood holding him up. Got it to ground, though. That's great strength. Another try for Monument, and they're starting to run away with this.
Yeah. Go back. Well done. Just go back.
It looked so simple, but it was executed to perfection.
Try.
A lot of power and strength in this drive.
Yes.
Well, great try there by Morne Brandon. This is the guy that had the 70-meter sprint in the first half.
Thank you.
And showing that he can also battle up in the front and the tough and the physical stuff.
The 2 points of formality, and this is now worrying times for Glenwood. So simple. It's just showing strength and driving into a Glenwood side that were trying to hold him up, and eventually some bulk got behind him and drove him to ground. The simplest of tries. And a second try for Monument. Has the kick gone too deep again? 3 times from kickoffs, Glenwood have kicked it dead. Basic errors.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him, but there's only been 4 kickoffs. And he's been sent, what is that? Is it a yellow card?
No, he's just being subbed. You can't do that, says the coach. He's had enough patience. Jaden Hendrikse immediately subbed. So the substitute, Christopher Hoffen, I beg your pardon. The substitute is Werner Kutsia.
Set.
Is on for Jaden Hendrickse. Monument. Prinsloo runs into Lafleur.
Leave it. 13.
He's fallen awkwardly, but is presented confidently now. Monument are
Roll away, 4.
using their forwards comfortably, and
I believe he's stuck.
it's just a scrum.
We'll have a scrum moving forward. Listen, if you lie on top of him, he's not going to be able to move.
You just get a sense, AJ, that the stuffing's gone out of Glenwood now. There's not a lot of fight left, and they've got to find it, because otherwise this could get messy.
Just keep that elbow up, okay? Lucy's, let's go, White.
Monument have certainly started to show ascendancy and power and purpose and scrums, even though, as you see from those statistics, it's been even. But look at the comfort with which they released that. There's the chip from Viljoen. It finds space, running on Buitendag, and he's away and under the post. The perfect bounce for Monument. It's becoming a riot, this, for the visitors. They are turning it on here at Dixon's. A third try for Monument, and beautifully executed. The chip from Viljoen and the gather from Buitendag. So simple.
Well, you've said it before. Jonathan Viljoen is really using that educated boot of his to put a lot of pressure on the Glenwood side. And that soft little touch just over the defense, and a wonderful gather by that man, Brendan Buitendag. Great try.
You always got to rely on a bounce that's kind, and it certainly was. But you could hardly believe that Glenwood had so much territory and so much possession in the first half. They led by 5 points to 3 with 4 minutes to go before the break, and it's now a 25-point game. There's the chip, beautifully weighted, and look at the bounce. Power and certainty from Buitendag. The kickoff is better this time, but taken by Skitter! He loves this game when it opens up. Combrink, Viljoen, there's so much confidence about Monas now. Breitenbach away to Prinsloo, they're running as they like. The skipper, Jacobs, with the handoff. He's lost it forward though, it would appear. Here's Pretorius. Trying to run, Kruger. The step in field from the Glenwood skipper. Runs into trouble. They have to strike back now, do the home side. Pretorius, little grabber through, that's useful. He gets the bounce he wants. Now kicks downfield, running onto it, it's Pele. Bounces kindly for Prinsloo, and away he goes, the big strong fullback. Little chip ahead, there's plenty of cover back for Glenwood this time now. Round on the loop to Kruger. A lot of chipping going on. Lafleur overruns it.
Backwards.
Skitter. Gee, this game has opened up in the second half. Monument again. No time for these teams to draw breath. Viljoen tries to get in behind the defense. He succeeds. It's a lovely rolling, lovely weighted kick, putting Hendricks under pressure. His kick is insecure. Rousseau will find it. All the Glenwood men offside. Hendricks has done well to chase his own poor kick. And offside though, Glenwood.
You offside as well. Keep the tackles down. You've got to go drop 10.
So penalty to Monument. And they are running right here. Oh, the Witbuller.
Captain. Where's the captain? So, there's 2 penalties, 1 for offside and 1 for a high tackle. Which one would you like? 2 penalties.
Choice of penalty
offside
offered.
And high tackle. Which one would you like? Offside. Sure. Penalty, offsides.
Well, I would have asked which one is closer.
Either way, they're not thinking of 3 anymore. They're just showing their confidence and their dominance over this Glenwood side now as Monas go for the line out 5. It's looking like it's going to be 17 long minutes now for the home side. Tough to bear. The supporters are trying their hardest to lift the home side.
No.
But all the advantage is with the men in black and white now. Humphreys Durant wins the line-out. Mornay Brandon comes away with it. The poppers to the skipper, Pierre Jacobs. Oh, turned over quickly. Here's Jonker. Thaler steps inside, straightens. Lovely feed now for Van Rensburg. Can he get away from Breitenbach? No, he can't. Still though, Glenwood tight up against that far touchline. Spin to Pretorius. Looping over the top to Tyson. They've run out of a bit of space. Slade Durant sees a hole. He's through it. Away to Hendricks. Hendricks chips it ahead. Cross comes Combrink and calls the mark.
Go! There's always place for a kick, but this is, I think, number 5 that Glenwood kicked away, being on attack. They have to keep the ball.
Looks like assistant referees got a report.
I haven't seen anything, so I'm going on your call.
Okay, I've seen number 8 taking late tackle.
8 which
number
colour?
8 white taking green late.
Okay, after a kick. Penalty only?
Yeah, it's just penalty.
Number 8?
Yeah.
I just need a mark where the ball landed.
No.
Yes, pass. I need a mark. Late tackle, no need for that. I just need discipline from your team right throughout, okay? We're going back for the penalty.
So the transgression on a late hit by the Monument captain, and Glenwood will have a penalty back on the mark.
No, excuse me, no. Late tackle, okay? Yeah.
Here's a look.
Well, let's look at number 8. Oh, yeah, that is
Late tackle after a pass.
very late. But what a wonderful run by the Glenwood loose forward.
Needing to find touch. Werner Kutsia, and he does it securely and comfortably. And at last, Glenwood get their hands on the ball inside Monument territory. Jacques Tyson to feed the line out.
Stay out, hooker. Play.
Uber wins. Down to Kutsia, away to Pretorius. Pop to Kruger, through the hole. Straight running from the Glenwood captain. They need to recycle quickly. Quickly over it with Monument trying to slow it down, and they've succeeded in doing so. They've given away the penalty, however. Kutsia quickly up to Pretorius. Jonker with the step. Glenwood with a little bit of momentum, but it's all untidy. Pretorius.
Still under advantage.
Brainard trying to straighten for Glenwood as they get deep inside Monument 22 now, needing a restoring score. Pretorius halfway through, can't get his pass away. They'll come back for yet another penalty to the home side.
10 meters, stay on the far.
Looks like Dylan
10
Kruger
meters.
has asked Kutsia to find the line out. Whoa, just
playing with fire. Are they?
Check numbers. Check the numbers.
But this is a great opportunity for Glenwood right now if they can secure this ball.
Jacques Tyson.
I need to see what's going on. Number up, number up, number up. Release 3. Stay on side 7.
Here comes Glenwood. Lafleur, Jonker, who was the recipient? Jonker eventually takes it. Another penalty, surely a card now. I think there's going to be a problem here.
You're offsides and you put the ball out of his hand, it's a yellow card.
So Monument are down to 14 men as Humphreys Durant has given his marching orders.
Time's out.
And they'll be down to 14 for the most part.
And offsides.
There he is, the recipient of the yellow card, as Glenwood will now tap and go with the man advantage to try and drive over. Can they get the ball out the way? Well, it's tugging away. Here goes Atwell, trying to get to the line and has. Rory Atwell gets over for a pride restoring score for Glenwood. And at last some reward for protracted period of pressure. The conversion is chipped through by Connor Allen, and here's the try.
Wow, wonderful. It's an opportunity now for them to rack up a few points. Glenwood with playing against only 14 men. And they smelled the line there. Well done.
Into double figures, but still a mountain to climb in these last dozen minutes or so.
Just keep the boys positive, okay? Yeah, okay.
Well, the Monument guys slowing down, really walking back slowly. That's not the right thing to do. Don't get too complacent. Start attacking. Don't just go into defensive mode.
Good hang time from Viljoen. Jonker. Away goes Jonker. There's an opportunity here for Glenwood. Lafleur inside him. Gets the receiver. Away goes Conan Lafleur. He's a little isolated. Can get his pass away. And Gruber's there. Here come Monument. Combrink sticks it on the boot. That was the perfect response from the kickoff. But now Glenwood a peg back. Taylor. Where does he go? Gets away from Combrink, but he could have a bit of trouble here. He doesn't get away from Combrink. The scrum off makes the tackle. Kutsia, Kruger, away to Slade Durant. If there's a bit of space, the pass is poor. Dear, oh dear. Opportunity to counter with the extra man now. They've got some wind in their sails of Glenwood.
Check numbers.
What a game we are witnessing here. Remember, there's still probably another 8 minutes or so where Monuments with a yellow card. So things could change drastically in the next few minutes. And as we look at Jonker with that break and the inside pass.
The tap down from Glenwood from the line-out, but it's untidy ball.
Leave it what?
The pass is high to Allen. Jonker on the skip. Van Rensburg gets the bounce. He's got no space though. Ankle tap towards the touchline. Glenwood managed to stay in field. No, they don't. He got hit early in the first half and he's gamely stayed on despite the injury. Morne van Rensburg. Skitter wins the line-out. Not straight.
Way up, very sweet. It's good. Okay. There's no option about the contesting or not.
Well, there was definitely
a
skew thrown. You can see there on the left shoulder.
Glenwood with possession once again. Gee, they've rung the changes after the carnage early in the second half. A lot of people received the ire of coach Jeremy McLaren.
No 8. So no 8, yes. Thank you. It's still contested, but no 8 man. Crouch!
Glenwood with the feed. They still have territory, they still have possession, but Monument have just taken every chance that they've had. Kutsia, away to Allen. Taylor in the line. Doesn't seem to know quite where to go. Nobody's going inside, and eventually they were just shoveled across field. All looked a bit indecisive and directionless.
Yeah, I don't want Glenwood to start to play too wise and too wide and too flashy. Keep it basic, go straight. The gaps will, you know, develop themselves.
No, 4-4.
Again, one against the throw by Gruber. He's done well at the front of the line out there, but the ball is terrible for Glenwood. And there's Morne Brandon driving into his opposite number and turning over possession. The strength and power of Monument just showing itself now. Combrink away to Viljoen, out to Prinsloo, but it's found its way.
Yes, Conan, that's the attack.
Out to Tristan de la Seur, a substitute coming onto the field. Monument quite happy just to secure possession, and eventually they have the scrum.
Listen to me. I won't allow you to hold the guy in like that. You'll have a scrum. That's why he couldn't roll. Number 21 was holding him in.
Monument down a man, but right on the attack.
Your players are holding the guy under the rack there. The tackler, okay? I don't want that to happen again. Negative play.
You might just hear referee Blake Beattie saying the substitute Tristan de la Sueur holding on to Conan Lafleur, not allowing him to roll away. Still happy to award the scrum to Tinus Combrink and Monument. Scrum 5.
Set.
Glenwood defending all they were, even though they're up the extra man. The scrum has been solid all afternoon for Monument. Oh, off the fingertips, that's a basic error.
Well done.
Unlucky for Zion Kutsia. First touch was not a good one.
Well, there was a great opportunity here for the Witbulle. If they could have put points on now with a man down, it definitely would have made it very hard for Glenwood to come back.
Penalties pretty even apiece.
Start here.
Probably too many of them, really.
Set.
Scrum for Glenwood. Not great ball, but here it comes for Allen. Jonker, round Allen again, releases Trele. Can he get away? Running out of space, needs to go in field. They've done well now this time, Glenwood. Here comes Jonker away, creating a bit of space. This is excellent work. Oh, what a hit. And the hit made by the substitute, Jano Lawrence. That's made his presence felt. Gee.
No advantage, 2 knocks.
Tackle on Renako Brainard, but there was some powerful cover from Monument in that movement.
2 knocks, no advantage, scrum.
Jano Lawrence is pumped, number 16, but this is that little inside pass and the break. But look at Mark coming in right now. Great tackle. He's fresh. And he tells him, I'm here.
And there's no doubt that after nearly 70 minutes of rugby and running end-to-end, Renako Brainard felt that.
Crouch.
Monument with another scrum.
Set.
Solid as ever.
Stay 9. Just a knock.
Advantage being played.
No.
There isn't any. Dear oh dear, that could be inflamed. Buitendag wasn't happy with the fact that he got dumped after the whistle.
Captain and number 7. Captain and number 7. Okay, there's no need for him to do that after the whistle. I'm penalizing him for that. Okay,
As a result of the infraction after the whistle, Monument get a penalty.
After the whistle.
He's a hard worker, Reinhard, and good man. He just put his hand up and said, I'm sorry.
Player, I haven't signaled.
Combrink, Kutsia, Breitenbach, Prinsloo. Out to de la Sueur with a chip ahead, using his pace. Taylor comes across with some soccer skills and chips it into touch. Monument where they've been for the bulk of this half, right on the attack.
Here's the little tackle, just a little bit too much after.
To the back they go. Skitter takes, round they come through. Verniekerk, is he in? Looking for his second score, not quite.
Stay on.
Combrink. Kutsia has a little dart himself. He's held out. Glenwood have done really well. Kutsia comes away with it. Now they will run from everywhere. Lafleur releases Taylor. That was a lovely timing of the pass. Steps again, Taylor. Oh, thumped to the ground from behind by Rousseau. Gee, they put in some hits today, Monument. Glenwood will be sore come tomorrow morning. Kutsia. Driven back again. They may be leading by 18 points, but they're giving nothing away here, Monument. Glenwood just seemingly going backwards all the while. Now the toe through from Monument, but it comes for Kruger. Little chance to release Slade Durant. The lock forward takes the hit. Presents. Who's arriving?
Tackle only.
A little bit slow for Glenwood. That's good hands from Kruger. Getting his hands round the tackle. No one that close to take it.
No hand.
They go again. Ube. Tele. Straightening nicely. Away goes Allen. Inside him is Lafleur. Surely that's a score. Lafleur trying to get away and has. Conan Lafleur in for the score. It's all too little too late for Glenwood. But that was a lovely run from deep inside their own half.
Well, Brett, as they were running, I was thinking to myself, just don't kick, just don't kick, just don't kick, you can do it. And this is where it all started, by wonderful play from inside their half. Great skill. They were still indecisive here, wasn't sure where to go, but the right decision was made, and a wonderful try at the end by... Oh, I wonder whether that's actually scored or not.
Well, yes. Try given. It looked as if it didn't need a further inspection. But nonetheless, it's not going to make any difference on the outcome of the game. Glenwood are just making the scoreboard look a little prettier. To add the extra 2. Curled in by Allen. And 30 points to 19.
Yellow card, yellow card.
Yellow card is back, but we're almost done here at Dixon's.
Well, this is the end of that wonderful move. And rolling over.
Same as the scoreboard.
Oh, boy.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, I will take it.
8-8, eh?
So, not much time left now. Rousseau sticks it up into the afternoon sun. Taken out of the air straight away. Yeah. Glenwood will go once more. Let's driving into
22 long.
The Monument half, and Glenwood have still got some fight in them. Here's Yonka. Spins it out to Lafleur. Can't take it. There's a little bit of niggle
19.
off the ball.
This player. Okay, I can't go there. Yellow card.
I'm not sure there's another yellow card as Lawrence is sent from the field.
No, they weren't in. Scrum, yeah.
And this surely is the last passage of play in this match.
You took a quick tap.
It's been entertaining. It's been an open second half after the dogged work of the first half. But the game was really won in that third quarter, where Monument scored 24 points without reply. As they kicked effectively, pegged Glenwood back in their own half, and the home side made error that was costly to a fault.
Crouch! No. Come on, there's no need to do that. Crouch! Bond! Set!
Combrink. Have Glenwood won it? It's untidy ball. Brainard's through on Skitter.
7 out, 17!
Key the game frenzied once again. Kutsia spins to Breitenbach. Prince Lure. Got De La Sueur outside him. Goes to Breitenbach. De La Sueur steps in. Being held up.
Back.
Monument still with possession. Finnekirk. Going left this time. Humphries Durant is back on. Ball lost. That is it. Mission accomplished for the Witbuller. Monument came here with a proud record against Glenwood, the home side having lost one in 2012. And 6-5 they were ahead at the break, and it looked like anybody's game because Glenwood had the bulk of possession and territory in the first half. However, Monument used this wind at their backs perfectly in the second half and ran away with it. And in the end, despite the fact that it's 3 tries apiece, Hoërskool Monument won comfortably here over Glenwood High School by 30 points to 19.